All right, you guys, you seen it. I welded this all by myself. Anyway, it's fully welded here, back here, up there, over there, except for that big gigantic hole right here, halfway up this, that. Let me get my light. Right up in there, under here. Got it all welded up. It's looking good. Nothing's popping, nothing's making weird noises. The front is fully welded. It's in, it steers, it brakes. The brakes work. I can't test the four-wheel drive yet because I need this piece to go here, but I can't do that because I need to change this and the cross member. So I'm hoping maybe, just maybe, I might be able to get away with the CV style joint here to make it longer and then run my drive line, and I could leave this. If not, it's all good. I could just come over this way and put a plate here, you know, make it a little bit lower. I see a lot of people going up and over and down, but if it's over here, like that's the transfer case, that's the input, so there's no, you know what I mean. Anyway, there's that. The rear is in. I don't know if it needs a brake line still right there. Brake line, bleed the brakes, the shocks are on it. Oh, I need to cut more out of the fender, but there it is. I need 2 more nuts and the front will be done right there and right there, so I should look for those and the front will be completely done. The shock towers, shock hoops, whatever you want to call them, are up there, so the front is done. What do you think? What do you think about this build? Is it cool? You like it?
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Yeah. You can never have a low truck. It's always got to be lifted.
I can't do anything with the lowrider. You can't go to the mountain. You can't go four-wheeling. You can't none of that.
About always having a cruiser, like just cruise down the road, but no, it's always got to have a lift.
Gotta have a lift. You heard it. Right. Yep, you know. There's the cruiser out there.
That's my cruiser.
So when I want to cruise, I just jump in that bad boy and just cruise.
You don't cruise, you sleep.
One day I'll have it.
Just kidding, you have a cruiser, you have a 65.
That's yours, that ain't mine.
That's ours. What is mine is yours.
You're right. I ain't gonna argue with that.
We're married.
Married. She's checking emails, checking stuff out. But anyway, she come and say hi. Really, she just wanted to see the S10.
Oh my god. Sorry, I look all busted. Just woke up.
She's all bussing. That's what it is. And I gotta cut this just a little bit more too. Might just take that all the way off, or unbolt it and bolt it over here, like bend this bracket over, because it's still hitting that.
Keep your bumper on there now.
Yeah, one day, not right now. That's holding my light bar on.
Oh. Why do you even have a light bar? You're not even driving yet.
Well, the plan was to
make it a cruiser.
I was gonna drive it stock for a year, make sure the powertrain, everything lasts, and then do all this work to it. But now I'm like, whatever, I'm just gonna, before I drove it one time off the road back there behind over at the lake, and I didn't like it. Everything was dragging, so I was like, all right, let's upgrade the suspension. Do I buy a lift kit or do I make my own solid axle S10? There it is. It's right there. Look, S10 solid axle now. That's how it happened. So there it is, guys. Front is in and done. Rear is in and done. I got about, what, 4 days into it?
Oh yeah.
4 days of working, full-time job, and trying to work after hours and stuff like that. Just on and off. It's not a full 4 days. It's only like 6 hours on one day, 8 hours on another day. It's just all full-time job. Gets in the way sometimes. But if you guys subscribe to the channel, like, subscribe, share it, maybe I won't have a full-time job. This will be my full-time job. Building cool stuff. But anyway, here we go.
Bye.
All right, I cut more out of the fender, just a little bit, not a lot. So that should clear. I might have to cut a little bit more out of like this stuff right here and cut this off, but most of that, and then I could just beat these, fold it inwards. Same thing on this side, but I cut out a good 2 inches out of here, so that would clear. I would assume it will clear. So now that's all done. I haven't test driven it yet, but I'm gonna pull this diff cover, see what gear ratio is in there. I'm gonna just pull diff cover, check the gear ratio, see what's going on in there, make sure everything's good. I should have done that before, but he was driving. So yeah, let me pull that off and we'll figure it out. I don't see a tag on it anywhere. I think the front one was still on there, the front tag, and I think it said 411s, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, there's the tag right there, 411. But I'm gonna put eyes on it. Let me just put eyes on it, check it out. All right, I got it all counted up. It was 37 on the ring gear and 9 on the pinion. 37, 9. Divide that together, you get 411. What'd I say? 37 divided by 9 equals 411. So I got 411s in this bad boy, which is not great, but it's good. It'll work, I think. My RPMs will be a lot more higher down the highway, especially with the 37s on it. So I was already, I don't know what was in the other axle. I never took the diff cover off or looked at the tag. I'm guessing it was a highway truck, so it was 373 probably. But when I build my other axles, my 14 bolt, my 44, I'll probably put 456s in it, or yeah, 456s or 4. Let's see how these ones do. But yeah, should do good. But it looks pretty good in there. None of the teeth are chipped or broken or anything like that, so that's always a plus. Looks pretty good besides being dirty. But I do have a right lock, a rear locker for this. Should I put it in? Pretty easy to put these in. So all you're doing is basically changing your spider gears out for these. So those gears come out, and then you replace it with these right in there, and then put this centerpiece in. Put this centerpiece in, and it's got springs and pin in here, and you put it together just like that, and puts pressure on it and locks it up. And then when you're driving, it kind of just frees this one up and it spins one. Then when the other one starts spinning too fast, it engages and locks. These like to make a lot of noise, but I have it. It'll take me about half an hour to put it in. I just gotta pull the tires, pull the tires off, pull this pin right here. There's a pin in there, or a bolt slash pin. Pull that out, push the axle shafts in, get the C-clips out, and then put the locker in. I mean, I have it. Should I put it in? Do better, donuts. Nah. Oh well. I'll put it in. Shouldn't take me long. I already have it apart. Well, it depends on seeing if this bolt comes out. Let me try to get that bolt out real quick. Let's see if this will come out. If this comes out pretty easy, then we'll do it. Usually they're an 8mm. I don't know. This one's smaller. So a quarter. 7 doesn't fit. Yep, quarter. See that? Bolt pin. It's a bolt and a pin. Alright, so it's not going to work. That carrier in there is smaller, like in there. So this is the side gear right here, and this is the other side gear. It's bigger. It's not the same, it's just a little too big. But that ain't gonna work. Dang it. It slides onto the shaft. I tried that. It just will not slide onto this one. I don't know what's holding it up. Just simply the wrong locker, I guess. So, scratch that idea. But anyway, I'll put it back together. It's a good run. Good dry run. So, yeah, I'm gonna put it back together.